Behold, Helios! Helios Prime is today's topic of discussion. I'm going to show you some reasons why Helios is actually a sick Sentinel that you should have loved all this time instead of dirty things like Vacuum Prime. Carrier, I'm just kidding, you're adorable. So the main thing that I want to talk to you about Helios today is that Helios is normally considered to be kind of a utility Sentinel, but did you just see? I just want to direct your attention to this dead level 80 heavy gun. Yeah, the weapon that Helios Prime comes with is kind of insane. Let's briefly So this is Deconstructor Prime. This is a gas build for the Deconstructor Prime. It's got decent status chance and a crap ton of damage. Now this weapon's mechanics are actually very, very complicated. You can only equip it on the Helios, and it's technically a melee thrown weapon, but it's basically shooting like discs, and I'm not going to get into all the details of how the Deconstructor Prime works, because it would triple this video's length. However, luckily for me, I don't have to. My good friend Zelp has made an entire video explaining all of the nuances of this glorious but incredibly convoluted weapon. So please go check out that video. It's very, very interesting. He taught me what I know that I use to build this really powerful build. So go check that out. Suggested video above in the description, and I'll also put it at the end of this video if you don't want to watch it right now. But suffice to say, this gas build is really good. I also want you to quickly note that this is after the gas nerf, so don't worry about that. If you want just like a damage build, here's a different build. I don't know why you hate gas a lot, but if you wanted to be more consistent or something, here you go. But Helios's mighty damaging powers do not stop there. Behold, detect vulnerability. This precept will allow you to apply Banshee Sonar marks to enemies with your Sentinel. These sonar marks will make you deal 275% more damage when you hit them with a weapon. 275. So we're gonna do the same heavy gunner again, and I'm gonna hold it still. And now my Helios is going to apply a vulnerability mark to a part of its body, just like Banshee's Sonar. If you look closely, you see it picked its elbow. There's a little white vulnerability mark. That one wore off. Now it'll put another one on. There, it's on its leg. So I'm going to shoot that. See, I get 7,400. I'm going to shoot it in the chest. 2,700. As you can see, phenomenally more damage. Outlandishly more damage. Insane amount more damage. Get out of here. But none of that matters unless you can actually hit the spot, so you do want to use this on Warframes and loadouts that have a precise weapon capable of actually hitting it. So Inaros has lots of crowd control that'll make enemies stand still. That's a fairly good choice. If you use a bow or a sniper rifle or even just an assault rifle, you'll be able to hammer that critical spot that the Helios makes and do tons of damage just like you would to the Banshee Sonar build. Worth noting too that you got to see in that last clip that it does apply the marks very frequently and quickly, but they don't last particularly long either, and they are colored by your Helios's energy color. So if you want to change the color of them to make them easier to see, you can change this energy color and that will make them more or less visible. Besides those two incredible ways to increase damage, Helios does not have many other benefits. Helios is very squishy compared to other strong Sentinels. There are Sentinels like Carrier, Doriga, and Worm Prime who have very, very high defenses of some kind or all kinds in the case of Carrier Prime. And those Sentinels can really take a hit, but Helios really can't. Base Helios has only 250 health and 100 shields. 250 health isn't terrible, and with an enhanced vitality here, you see I'm up to 750, which is okay, but it's still pretty squishy. That amount of shields is pretty bad. 100 armor is okay, but this Sentinel is really like a glass cannon Sentinel. Like, you get that insane Deconstructor damage, and you also get Detect Vulnerability for Banshee marks. This will make you and your Warframe deal way more damage, so much more damage. But you don't get any crowd control, and your Sentinel is not very tanky, which is something that other Sentinels can provide. Even so, a surprisingly powerful little guy, is it not? So, go check out Zelf's video on the Helios Sentinel and all of its glorious powers, and you will see the way to acquire insane gas damage. And you will also hear a little bit about the Helios' weaknesses, because it does have some weaknesses, despite this godlike level enemy destroying power. Thank you all so much for watching. Go grab a Helios, have a lot of fun, do sick gas damage, and I'll see you all next time.